Hi everyone, this is Francisco, and I'm recording this video because fucking oh yeah, because there's the Tesla AI robots, and for some reason I keep thinking that that my family members are robots, including like everyone. So when I go work and let's say I'm up on the roof and the person working with me is a robot. Um, and the way I look at it is like my boss will basically drive me from from my house, like pick me up and drive me to work, and then he will dismiss himself. Oh, I have to go use the restroom. And then that's when they will do the swap. And then if the battery for the robot needs to be swapped, the robot can make any excuse. Oh, I need to go use the restroom again. And a new robot with a fully charged battery can resume work where the other robot left off. And it's all like psychological. Bullshit altogether. It's sad. It's very sad. I go to the theaters, movie theaters, with my brother, and I think the same way. I think sometimes I think that I'm in there all alone. And another thing is, there's so many people out there having fun, enjoying themselves. So there's a huge number of cruise ships. Let's type in how many cruise ships are in the world. I never been to one. I never been in one. Not one. Let's see how many there is. Okay, it says as of November 2022, there were 64 cruise ships in service with a combined capacity of over 135,000 GT. This includes 524 cruise ships from 54 cruise lines. In 2021, there were 323 cruise ships in operation with a total capacity of 581,200 passengers. This was a 7.8% decrease from 2019 before the COVID-19 pandemic. Right here it says Royal Caribbean, Celebrity Cruises, and Norwegian key statistics. There are currently over 50 cruise lines spanning more than 270 ships worldwide. At the end of 2021, the total worldwide ocean cruise capacity will be 581,200 passengers and 323 ships. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you have probably most likely been in something like this. So I was incarcerated as well, and I spent 5 years in jail, like incarcerated. But then there's also like insects that are connected to computers. So sometimes I feel like like some of us are lab rats. Like this, look at it. I think, oh no, this is not one. Let me see if I can find one. Well, anyways, lab testing. Yeah, like this. And the there is a a new movie that came out. And these guys selected random video game players to race. Random video game players to race cars. It says a video gamer turned race car driver. Let me see. Movie. It says it's called Gran Turismo. Official trailer. Okay, well the movie's called Gran Turismo. Now, there's artificial intelligence, which maybe that's all this is until maybe we break a law so they could have grounds to continue fucking with us. Or we continue in this fake reality. Until we die of natural causes, then that's when we will actually pass the test, like all the tests. But let's say some of you are old and you want to go commit a crime, and you do so, then technically you would be considered a failure. Especially when time lapse is taken into consideration. Because in the Bible it says, for God 1,000 years is as one day, and one day is as 1,000 years. So artificial human hook up. Oh, and another one another good example to consider is the Hunger Games. Is it Hunger Games or the Maze Runner? Computer human connecting. It could be the it was either this girl or some other character in in um in a different movie that was connected to a computer, but I think it was her um, overcoming her fears through a simulation or something like that. So Hunger Hunger Games, overcoming fears through computer simulations. Um, okay, what does this say? 10 ways the Hunger Games is our present and our future. They they are afraid of you. Oh my god. Okay, it was either this one or the Maze Runner, but I'm not absolutely sure. Okay. Okay, so right here, they're in the Maze Runner and they get out of this trap that they were in. Yeah, so it wasn't this one. Yeah, it was it was the Hunger Games. And then I just remember because I looked at there's a picture there, the Matrix. Oh yeah, right here. So see how he's connected to this computer device. Um, Either like we as a human race, we are like this, and we just think everyone around us is real. Um, and we are all interacting in a video game, kind of like a real simulation. But the best example of that is a video game. like one where a lot of players can go and play against each other or with each other. Okay? Trying to solve a common goal or whatever the case might be. So that's how I kind of feel. Because, I'm only earning $18 an hour. I'm 34, 33, around that age. And it's not even about that. It's just that there's so many people out there. And, the government, we hear things about the government, that they care. But yet people are broke. People are living on the streets. It doesn't make sense. None of this does. So maybe it's just a test or a way of torture in the modern age. Because, I don't know about you guys out there, but if you guys are working, let's say, even 10 hours of work, or even 8 hours of work per day, plus you go and watch a movie for like 2 hours, your whole day is gone. What did the rest of the world do? Where's that cruise ship at? So, like, how do we know people are working or not? We don't know. As a matter of fact, my cousin, and I love my cousin, and he's young. He's younger than I am, but supposedly, and I could, maybe these are true stories, but he was living on the street. And basically he was like a bum on drugs, living on the streets. And I'm not even making fun of him. Okay, I don't know if it is real. I don't know what he was going through. If someone hurt him. I have no idea. But all of a sudden, my brother said that he was here today in a brand new car. And he showed me his brand new car. And I think he just started working this year. So, is these type of things that that are really challenging psychologically. Um, not just that, but we go to the stores and everything's so expensive. Let's type in how much does the American population spend on groceries. Average monthly food spending $779, 13% increase. Food spending includes groceries and food away from home, which is any food that you pay someone else to prepare for you. Average food spending increased 13% from 2021 to 2022. On average, Americans spend $779 per month on food in 2022 and $9,343 over the full year. So $10,000. Single person households, 2-person households, 3-person households, and so on and so forth. So, oh yeah, and then like, this bomb stuff. I'm thinking maybe it's an attack. Maybe either someone's attacking my family, people I grew up with, that, or someone's paying him or telling him to do it on purpose to see if we'll follow suit. So maybe he could be doing it on purpose to attack me so I could follow in his footsteps. Because we never know what's really going on. There's something strange going on. I don't know what it is. Or maybe nothing's going on. But I mean, how much does a new 2024 all electric car cost? Okay, so these are some prices right here. There's the most affordable one, Nissan Leaf, $28,000. And what is the annual pay for someone working minimum wage? It says about 15,000 annually. That's unheard of. This must be in China or something. In the USA. What the fuck? What is the annual pay for someone working minimum wage legal limit in the USA, which is $16.50? It says the federal minimum wage for covered non-exempt employees is $7.25 per hour. Many states also have minimum wage laws. In cases where an employee is subject to both state and federal minimum wage laws, the employee is entitled to the higher of the two minimum wages. I never even heard of this before. I heard $16.50 was the minimum wage. So anyways, how much is, let's just round up, 20 per hour, 40 hours a week, plus 52 weeks. Okay, so that's 41,600. And let me see. I think when I was working at the Happy Burger Grill, I was only making like $2,000 every month. So 2,000 times 12, 24. So it doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. And this doesn't even include with self-driving technology. Wait, let me see, hold on. How much extra does it cost to install self-driving capabilities to a vehicle? It says the cost to install self-driving capabilities to a vehicle varies by model and subscription. The full self-driving FSD software costs $12,000 in North America. This is a 20% cut from the previous price of $15,000. The price has increased several times, including a recent hike tied to a software updates. The FSD package can also be added to any new model for a flat fee of $10,000. The FSD package can also be added to any new model for a flat fee of $10,000. So, you guys have to factor in $10,000 more. And that's not even including the insurance. That's not including the gas. It's not including your wife and your kids and your dogs and your fish and your boat and your electricity and your water, your gas bills, all these bills, your medical expenses, etc., 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 etc. The way I look at it is, you people just want some people out of the picture, out of the loop. So you guys have us working. And I think that's why that's why you people in the government don't care about us. Because if you guys really cared, everything will be down on the digital ID, on paper, through the internet. Everything. You guys would care about every single fucking detail. You guys would care if we were paying our fucking taxes or not. You guys would care if we were on the top most wanted list. Let's just type in most wanted. You people would care. If we were incarcerated or not. And with all this technology, with facial recognition and all this shit, there's no reason why these people are still out there. The same is true with all these missing people. There's no reason why these people are missing. We should know without a shadow of a doubt. We should know if they just want to be left alone and they want to get away, or if they happen to disappear within a certain time period, and possibly these people were murdered. All this missing is like misleading information. And just because you people do not care about little details says a lot about, detectives, the police department, about everyone in general. It makes you people seem very, very fucking lazy. And yet, we are relying on the internet to drive our families around. We're trusting these vehicles to drive around us. And they're operating themselves. And then I honestly don't doubt that is going to turn into a 9/11 event at one point. Someone's going to hijack someone's smart cars. It's going to be a cyber attack. Oh, with the C, cyber attack. Let me see. I think it's cyber attack, hacking a self-driving vehicle. So, oh yeah, and there was actually a device someone had, because I watch videos on YouTube. It's called Wham Bam Tesla Cam, and is a compilation of all these accidents and stuff. And well, anyways, there were some guys that were unlocking the Tesla cars. And I think it was within that same video, within that same channel, where I witnessed a Tesla stop while it was traveling on the freeway. Just from 65 to 0. And other vehicles came and crashed into it. You know, and it still doesn't seem like you people care about little details. And I don't even think anyone cares, honestly. You know, all of you people claim that you do care. But I don't think you people do. You know, because it's your job to be the hero. Well, of course we care, brother. Of course, you know, if you were in my situation, you would care as well. Especially after all the money that we get. We care. But if we weren't getting paid, shit. You know, the only time people care is when they can retire with so much money. Or they have so much money they can just choose, oh, what can I use my free time doing? Oh, I know. I can go volunteer and meet people in the hopes that, you know, whatever you rich people do, it's not so hard to envision So and then not just that, but I was just listening to the news, and these guys were talking about. Um, they were just talking about. They were talking about flooding a underground mine. Oh wait, underground mine. Just mine, not mind. Just a mine. And because I guess instead of going in there and risking lives, because I guess the enemy's down there, they wanted to use the water from the ocean to flood it. And I was thinking, well, how do we all know that they weren't doing this before? And how do we know that they're just saying this now because of all this technology we have? So what if they got caught, but now they're trying to cover it up? And they came out with this great story. Oh, well, the enemy's down there. And instead of risking lives, we're just going to drown them all. Like if they were God. You know? Like Noah's Ark. Like if they were God's punk ass. Oh, God so holy. God sends rain on the just and unjust alike. God doesn't want no one to suffer. Not the poor and not the rich. But we all know that's a bunch of bullshit. So, you know, whenever you people really want to get serious about this AI technology and getting rid of real ignorance, I mean, if it's complete ignorance down there, then by all means. But if you guys are talking about soldiers, doesn't matter if they're the enemy. Unless they're ignorant. And they have no capabilities of learning anything new. The same is true for civilians in each and every single country, including myself. Because none of this makes sense anymore. And I'm not trying to say, oh, if I'm going to suffer, everyone should suffer. I never said that. But you people, are just as equally as ignorance as the fucking definition describes ignorance. Because we are all created beings of God. He created us out of the dirt, just like we created everything else out of the dirt. Everything we see, houses, paint, metals, cars, computers, everything else out there. So maybe we don't even matter. So if we don't matter, why should you people have the right to bully us and to deceive us and to fuck us over? You rich people. And let's say money has nothing to do with it. With AI technology, people shouldn't be supported to be lingering around, not doing anything positive and or productive. It should not be tolerated. And if anyone wants to start a business, that's a complete waste of the potential of humanity. It shouldn't be supported either. All these little mom and pop shops, get the fuck out of here with that shit. I think by now, every fucking business should be operated and ran with AI technology. There's human power. Human empowerment. And yes, it's control, more organization, more control, but for the greater good of humanity. Because a lot of you are bitching and complaining anyway. Even if you have more money than the average American. So we need smarter people developing the software for this. Just like the self-drivable vehicles with all the beta testing, we need more businesses like this. Every single business needs to operate this way. Any business out there that is not operating this way needs to get shut down. Legally. Unless they can provide proof that they can legally conduct business for whatever reason that they might have legally. And this not only applies to the United States of America, but every single country in this world. Because this is a bunch of bullshit. The way I see it is we're basically the modern age fucking slaves doing all the grunt work for you people. And all you guys have to do is find one little fault to incarcerate someone in prison. Okay, you guys do that very effectively, professionally, and sometimes even quietly. And personally, I want all of you to be blessed, to have good things out of life. I'm not the fucking devil. I just want more out of life myself. But at the same time, I don't want to be a fucking goddamn slave. And when Martin Luther King was alive, and there was all these movies of black slaves and them getting whipped with ropes. And they were tortured like this. You guys just found a more humane way of doing that to us. And now you guys have robots. Like the new strawberry plant picker robot. So now you guys don't need migrant workers or whatever. Now you guys can just use these robots to pick your fruits. Now you people don't even need people. And like I said before, like let's say it's 2100, the year on planet Earth. And people looking at at their present existence and them looking back at us, they're going to say that we were fucking slaves. You know, running humans running conveyor belts. Conveyor belts? Not cover belts. Conveyor. I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know how to spell that. Conveyor. Okay, let me see. Go on. So, you know, especially now with all these robots doing all the work, they're gonna look down. They're gonna look back at us. Like, look at these fucking slaves. Doing all the work manually. You know, while you guys are over there at home, fucking around with the internet, printing shit out constantly. Everything at the goddamn stores. All that shit is printed. Cars. Robots. Prints. It's nothing to you people. You guys don't give a fuck about what we're going through. So there's definitely an issue. And I know I'm not the fucking issue. And if you think I'm the issue, then fuck you. Straight the fuck up. Everyone knows where the fuck I live. Even if I go to prison, trust me, people from other countries can easily detect me, easily find me. People from my own country can easily find me and detect me. And I know I'm not fucking tripping. I'm over here working my ass off in exchange for money. It's not going to be long before I get injured. And hopefully, I survive. Hopefully. Because a lot of contributors to the greater good of humanity were injured in the job, in the work field, during work hours, most of the time. So, anything could happen. Anything could happen. People are getting injured all the time. As a matter of fact, I was watching this one video and this CHP officer fucking hit a big rig. And he passed away. And I have spoken about this as well. You know how I was telling you guys earlier about all this psychological shit? Well, we have smartwatches now. But the United States of America and other countries are not supplying them for free to their citizens. And a lot of you might say, well, how is that even important? And it is important because it documents when we go to sleep and when we get up. So therefore, it knows how many hours we had to sleep. We had of sleep. So these CHP officers are out there working, I think, minimum 12 hours. Or something like that. Every single day. After a while, if you guys do the math, calculate the calculations, it degrades the human body. This type of work becomes boring and tedious. Like it says here, okay, right here, Tesla bot. Create a general purpose bipedal, whatever, autonomous humanoid robot capable of performing unsafe, repetitive, or boring tasks. After a while, shit gets boring for everyone, even for surgeons doing heart surgery every fucking day. It's just another fucking heart. What good would this one be if all the other motherfuckers never even thanked me? And plus, I haven't even had my coffee this morning. And my bitch ass wife just left me. Let's just assume this surgeon is going through shit in his fucking goddamn life. and you people expect everything to be handed to you people, huh? Doesn't work that way. The same is true with sleep. It can piss people the fuck off. And it can also alter people's driving capabilities. And it could be used as a form of torture. As a means to torture people. So maybe people are getting attacked in this way. But how are we ever going to know? If everyone in the world is not supplied with a fucking smartwatch. So I believe that everyone should have rights when it comes to getting a certain number of hours of sleep per day and having restrictions for not abiding by those rules. You know, scientifically, I think it's, 8 hours of sleep. What is the most healthiest hours of sleep one can experience? It says some suggest that getting over 6 hours of sleep is ideal, with 7 to 9 hours being the best. Others suggest that going to bed after midnight regularly can lead to a variety of health problems. This could be because a late bedtime reduces the likelihood of seeing morning light, which resets the body clock. Okay, I don't give a fuck about what time people go to sleep, as long as they get 6 through 9 hours of sleep per fucking day, per night, within 24 hours. Okay, because the world's not what it used to be. We have Google Maps now. So I can show you guys, hold on. I can show you guys Google Maps at night. So I'm trying to reference, get an image of how the world looks like at night. And obviously there's light everywhere, and people are working during the fucking night. So most people are sleeping during the day, working at night. Some people are doing the opposites of that. But whatever it fucking is, you know, this should be highly taken into consideration. Straight the fuck up. Because I was working traffic control, and I remember one day I worked for 18 hours, and I don't know how long I was up before I started working those 18 hours. Okay, I was on the clock for 18 hours strong, not including the hours I was already up to begin with. So I think that this can put stress and I mean, it could probably even fry our fucking brains over time. It's like someone doing drugs, you know? I mean, I'm pretty sure. Let's look that up. Does the lack of sleep cause memory loss? Question mark. It says insomnia, 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 defined as persistent difficulty initiating or maintaining sleep, is known to cause daytime cognitive impairments, including reduced memory functioning, sleep disorders that lead to excessive daytime sleepiness, such as narcolepsy, can cause memory lapses. It says other factors that can cause memory problems include stress, anxiety or depression, alcoholism, head injury, blood clots, tumors or infections in the brain, thyroid, kidney or liver problems. Some tips to improve your memory include being physically active, staying mentally active, spending time with others, staying organized, eating a healthy diet, managing chronic health problems. So, there you guys have it. It says, yes, lack of sleep can cause short-term and long-term memory loss. Sleep is important for memory consolidation, which happens during sleep cycles. When you are sleep deprived, your hippocampus, which is responsible for making new memories, is affected. As a result, you may forget and misplace things frequently. So it's like these companies are treating us like fucking slaves, like machines. Not like slaves, but like machines. And you know, that's why I thank God for AI technology, because I know that there is bigger organizations who take AI technology very seriously. Um, so, in some countries who take AI technology more important than others. So, if you people know the importance of AI technology, um, technology is not only helping us to put away bad people, it's also helping us to resolve problems to prevent innocent lives, um, to prevent the loss of innocent lives. Okay, so um, like you know, we could just look it up. Like, I'm helping a handyman out, so let's type in how many handy handyman actually die each year. While performing tasks. Excuse me. Okay, how many construction workers die each year? I guess we could just do this. It says 4,764 construction workers died in 2020. Okay, that's just construction workers. And we can do this over and over and over. How many people die driving vehicles? As of 2023, There are over 240 million licensed drivers in the United States, which is almost 90% of adults. This means that there are over 238 million actual drivers. What the fuck? How many people driving vehicles? Oh, die each year. It says, according to injury facts, almost 50,000 people died in motor vehicle crashes in the United States in 2021. Oh shit. What about texting and walking? It says in 2020, the CDC estimated that 3,000 people died each year from texting and driving. Well, that's part of like driving, just driving. Well, you guys get the point. So, I don't know if I need a vacation. I most likely do need one. Oh, and the other thing is that I'm inside my bedroom and I seen a big old fucking mosquito. And now I'm afraid to go to sleep. I even have my lamp on. Right there. To draw that little freaking mosquito in there before it bites me, stings me, kills me. Oh, that's another one. How many people die each year from mosquito bites? It says mosquitoes cause more human suffering than any other organism. Over 1 million people worldwide die from mosquito-borne diseases every year. So, I just said there's one in here. That's all it probably takes. Is one hungry, thirsty, mean, full of lethal venom mosquito to take someone's life. And then I start wondering, if somehow this has to do with 3 lethal injections, like for the death row inmates. It says, so there's 3 shots. Typically, 3 drugs are used in lethal injection. Pancuranium bromide is used to cause muscle paralysis and respiratory arrest. Potassium chloride to stop the heart. And midazolam for sedation. So these people know what the fuck they're doing. See, look at this shit. Look at that shit. Tiny little things. Anyways, I'm going to end this video.